carry your phone, I define free counselor. You go see person, you show me that.
Welcome back to another episode of Sit with Sandra. Today I have a guest here with me and he's going to introduce himself in a second. Again, Sit with Sandra is just a segment of my YouTube channel where we talk to Nigerians about mental health, hear their own opinions, see where they are at, gauge their views on different mental health issues, and that's it. Alright, Olumide, introduce yourself.
My name is Olumide Joseph.
What do you do?
I work sports and co-curricular, amongst other things.
Sports is one of my favorite things, but we'll get to that. How are you feeling right now?
I'm good. Holidays are here. A whole month of rest. So
that's good to
relax, rejuvenate, and look forward to
That's great to hear. That is great to hear. What was the first time you ever heard about mental health?
First time I heard of mental health was, say, 2016. During the office's training, CPD. That was the first time I heard of mental health, 2016.
Really? So just 2016, that's very interesting. So what exactly stuck out to you during that time?
What stuck out was, we were told to take care of ourselves. Most times people just think it's taking care of your health, physical health. But back then I began to realize that I actually had to take care of what's not seen, not to use that word. What's up there. How to, relax, how to, it's not just about what we can see. It was about taking care of your mind, making sure you have, to an extent, let's say peace. That's something that's really lacking these days. So when I first heard it, it was about taking care of yourself and what's not seen and how you can feel better, mentally.
That's really good, because truly the moment you're at peace with yourself and you understand that this is my current state of mind, this is where I'm at right now, and this is good, this is not good, this is what needs to be done, it makes everything easy. And it's just smooth sailing from there. But that's really good. So left for you, or in your own word, what would you say mental health is?
Mental health to me is taking care of the part of you that coordinates the physical. Taking care of, like I said earlier, what's not seen. Taking care of your mind. Just to make sure things don't get out of hand. Just to make sure things don't spiral out of control. So just basically take care of your mind. Because it's the mental to an extent that affects the physical. So it's just about taking care of what's not seen, taking care of your mind, to make sure you're good.
I completely agree with that. I love that. I absolutely love that. So you mentioned that you work in sports and co-curricular. So have you ever had an issue with someone else in sports who maybe the person was struggling with their mental health?
I've had a couple of students who, when we were done playing, they will come, because the sport is somewhat competitive among the students. This team wants to beat the other team, and in the process we find students who are looked down on because maybe they don't know how to play, or they didn't perform well, and they're targeted by their colleagues. They walk up to me and say, suddenly I don't really feel happy about my performance, or I don't know how to play. And what I just tell them is, it's not about what you did today. As long as you're willing to put in the effort, as long as you're willing to learn, you will definitely get better. To understand, you will get better than those who claim to be good now but are not willing to learn. So I've had a couple of people who come and they feel suddenly I'm not happy, my performance today. Maybe we'll go for a competition, and maybe because of a particular player, maybe they scored or they lost, and they come and say, I'm sorry. Just let them take it easy. Yes, it's competitive, but it's not a big deal. Just calm down, and then take it from there.
Yeah, I think that's really good. I think for students or for young people, I think something else that would really be beneficial in sports is, especially since it's students, I understand it's a competition, but bringing in the mindset that one of the most important things is have fun with it. The moment you are doing, oh my god, yes, I have to win, I have to score 8 points, I have to do this, I have to do that, it becomes work to you. It's no longer fun. It's no longer something you do to kind of like relax or at your spare time. It becomes something you have to work and work and work
You
and
shouldn't
work.
try to remove the fun out of it. To me, it's first fun before it's competitive, because it is out of the joy we derive from playing it, we then make it competitive.
Yeah.
The football started. It started in England. And it's just people came together to play for the fun, and then it spread, and then it became competitive. So we shouldn't remove the fun in it. Let remove the fun in it. It's fun first, and then competitive. So that's something I try as much as possible to pass on to students.
Yeah, I think that should be really, really helpful. That's really good. Thank you very much. So before I move further in this segment, I have a short activity for you. You are the sports person, but don't worry, this one has nothing to do with sports, alright? Okay. So I'm going to give you 30 seconds.
Okay.
And in 30 seconds, I want you to mention 5 diagnosable mental health disorders. 5. And your time starts now.
Mental. Does ADHD count?
Okay.
Dyslexia.
Okay.
I know more. I'm just going to put on the spot right now.
I know.
ADHD, dyslexia. OCD.
Okay.
Come on.
Come on.
Oh my God. Those are the 3 I
Yeah, that's fine. I'm sure the 10 seconds has elapsed already. But the thing is, if I mention 2 more for you, you'll be like, what? How did I not get that? Simply because it's just because I put you on the spot. Yeah, the pressure of it. And I told you that the 30-second timer, so there's anxiety, there's depression.
Yeah. That time I actually get, anxious. Maybe when I'm put on the spot, someone to, say something. When I'm put on the spot, to say something or, come out and maybe I'm giving a day's notice for a training or something, I always get anxious. Apart from work, I get anxious sometimes when, I love to drive. So most times when I have a wedding outside Lagos, say Akure, and I'm driving the next morning, I start to feel anxious.
Really?
Anxiety. Sometimes it used to fear. Yeah, sometimes it used to fear, but I just tell myself it's something I'm going to do, something I love doing. So why am I this anxious? So I try to calm myself down at night and then sleep over it.
So what are some things you do to calm yourself?
To calm myself, I listen to music. I play video games. Just to distract myself sometimes. Then I'm trying to read books. I read books because
really? This is interesting to hear. Sorry for confusion, because for me, reading doesn't actually help if I'm feeling anxious, because there's a lot going on up here that I can't put what I'm reading inside. Like it's not going, it's just going to bounce off.
Sometimes we have to learn how to silence the voices in our heads, and how we do that is by by the how would I put it now? Is by creating the voices in our heads. And when you're reading something, you're reading it to yourself. So it to an extent cancels out the voices in your head. So for example, if I'm reading a book that says if I'm not reading out loud and it says and Ayo said, so I'm literally reading to myself. So whatever it is that's at the background, causing the anxiety, slowly, it goes down and then it disappears. And then you find out that
this is really interesting. You're seeing live exhibition of someone's healthy cooking skill. I love it. All right. There's something else I do on the segment once it's formed part of it. Before we end this episode, I want you to say something and to encourage anyone who comes across this video. However, I want you to do it in your dialect. Could you do that? Pigeon.
I know how to speak my dialect, but it's when I'm conversing with maybe
someone
my
else from
family member. That's when it flows.
Okay, could you can say it in pigeon then?
All right. When it be like say nothing day again, just reason say life still day. You have friends where if you reach out to, my guy, how far? This and this, and if the guy no respond, you find someone else. Make we know the reason say this thing a disease where I no fit share. No, reach out to someone, follow person talk, say my guy, this and this. Or if you be person will get money, go see counselor. It ain't necessary. Enough is enough. Make we know they keep this inside, because If they pay me as I dey hear say people they die of mental health issues, if they pay me honestly. So if you get any issue on ground, look for counselor. If you know if that you get counselors when no go even collect money from your hand, just to make sure say you do okay. So please, I beg you. I don't know you, I never see you before. But I beg, if you get issues, try to counselor or follow one of your guys talk. And if your guys know if you do if you be church person, see pastor or see one of the person for church. And if you not see person for church, look for counselor. These days, everything day online. Carry your phone. I define free counselor. You go see person. You show me that. You get.
That is amazing. That is so sweet. Like it was so sweet to hear you. But speaking of counselors, therapy, and all of those things. So if a friend was to come to you and say, "Olumide, I'm feeling this type of way. I'm not feeling my best," what would your next step or what would your reaction be?
It depends on what he says. If it's something I know I can, talk to him about, then I would. And if he's still not feeling better, I can look for someone to refer him to.
So do you have professional therapists that you can refer friends to? Yeah, okay, outside of me, do you have any
Outside of
else?
you, yes.
Okay.
We have I have a friend who also is a counselor. That's one. And two, where I work, they have an office counselor for the students and almost for staff. So I always refer the person. The person might have to pay.
Yeah.
But I'm very sure it is worth it.
Yeah. That's amazing. Thank you so much for honoring my invitation.
Welcome.
After so many stress, thank you. At least you showed up. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Sit with Sandra. Do not forget to like this video, share, and subscribe. I will see you in the next episode. Bye. Just say to the you have a press record.
You will pay me. See. You didn't press record.
It's a lie. All of this.